Hello, let me take you back in time. A time when we used things like this to communicate. Remember these? Flip phones? That's how we used to talk to one another, and crudely we used to text that way. How about these? We still use these, but if we needed to take a picture, we went to look for our camera, which did one thing. How about these? I have to admit, I still use these notebooks. But again, if we wanted to make notes in meetings, if we were out and about, we'd have to get our notepad out and we'd have to make notes on a piece of paper. What do we now use? We use one device. In today's world, everything is collapsed into one device. There's a camera, we can make notes, we can record our voice, we can take pictures, we can take video, on and on and on and on. Everything's collapsed into one device. So, I ask you, why is it we still work with multiple GIS applications? We have this one for data collection, we have that one to do routing, we have that one to do something else. We've got to keep selecting from these different applications to do one particular thing. That was great, but I would propose a better approach is to take the smartphone approach, to collapse everything into one app. And actually that's work that we've been doing at Web Map Solutions, to look at a single application which allows us to do everything. Let me explain. When we talk about everything, we're talking about an application which runs on every platform. So any device, so it runs on an Apple device, it runs on an Android device, it runs on a Windows device as well, so any of those. And also any type, so it could be a smartphone, it could be a tablet, it could be a phablet, which is one of these the new term for the largest smartphones. So it would be great if we had an application which ran, one application which ran across all those devices. It would also be great if we could have that application run anywhere, anytime. And what I mean by that is, if we can actually use it not only when we're connected to the internet, but when we're disconnected from the internet. So we have both. If we're in an area which has got poor connectivity or no connectivity, we can still use the application. The third piece to that is a configurable application. So we don't want millions of tools in this application. We don't want to overload this application. We want to make it configurable. And this notion of a widget is the idea where you can actually configure it. So I can configure an application for guys that are going to collect data. I can configure the same application for people that are going to do real estate inspections, for example. I can have another one for guys that are going out to do asset management. I can have another one for people in the office that have very specific needs. So one application for them all. Actually, in Lord of the Rings terms, one application which rules them all. I kind of like that. We've actually been working on something called GEOAPPSMART, which is a web application which provides just what I've just described. It is an application, a single application which is configurable. It can be used on any device and it can be used anywhere, anytime. And we're using it for asset management, for emergency management, for data collection, for real estate, for banking, for insurance. It has multiple ways it can be used, and because it's configurable with widgets, we just build these very small tools which can then be plugged into the application and off you go. Thanks for watching.